Hey guys, what's up? She Pirate here. I have the Legend fully charged and ready to be assembled. Who's ready? I know I am. Let's go. Hey, before we get into this assembly, I found out what this is for. If you guys were wondering, it bothered me. So I showed it to my husband and he knew right away what it was for. So again, this is to holding your metal wand there. But then you can strap it. Let me show you. You can strap it to your leg. And then this part here goes around your thigh. And these clips goes around that belt loop that is on that sack that we got. So how neat is that? Definitely wanting to try that out. All right, let's go. Okay, looks like everything that we need is inside this little bag here. This is the Velcro strap that's going to go on the armrest there. We have another charger, and these are the parts that we'll need to attach the coil. I'm going to start off with the 11-inch coil. Pay attention to these sets here of washers and bolts, because one of them, this one that only has the 2 washers, is the one we're going to need for the 11-inch coil. And the smaller coil requires these additional pieces. So there's going to be 3 washers and a square washer that looks like it's going to fit nicely right there to keep it in place. So make sure you secure this in a safe place when you're not using it. Okay, this is the rod, and this little clip here is what's going to loosen the rod up so that you can adjust it to the height, and we'll do that later down the road. All right, we're going to start with these 2 washers here. You're going to insert them here on the inside of each side of the rod. And while we're here, let me show you real quick. This little clip here that you see, this is actually to adjust the height of your metal detector, which we'll do later once I get the wire nice and wrapped up and I know what height I'm going to want it to be. All right, once we get those washers inserted, you have these 2 pieces left. And what I want to do is put the clip to the inside of the metal detector. You have the logo out, and the scanner, I don't know if they'll all come with this sticker, but this on the inside. And another way to see which one's the front and back, you want the cord to the back. And this front, you'll see that it is wider than the back part of the coil here. Okay, now we should be able to slip this in here quite easily. And there goes the main part of it. And then the butterfly will go on this side, and we'll just screw that right in. Very easy. I did see that they were very specific not to over tighten these guys. So some of you out there are pretty strong. Don't put your elbow into this, guys. You don't want to break it. Just tight enough so that it's secure, but not too tight to where you can't turn your pole. You see, you need to be able to have a little bit of give, not too much to where it automatically just flops around, but when you have it on the ground, you can easily move your little post here. Next step to this assembly, we have to loosen up this bar here so that we can pull it up just a hair so that I can attach the screen part here. So we want to loosen this part up, and see there's a notch here. You should be able to slip that right in there. There we go. Okay, lock that in place. All right, now you have everything is attached and connected. The next step now will be to adjust it to my height and then wrap the coil. A little side note, guys, before I lock it in, I did want to show you how compact this does get for those of you that like to scuba dive. Look at this. How cool is that? So you, again, it adjusts to so many different heights, but I just wanted to point that out to you. Okay, let's loosen that up there. Be careful not to let it, it's pretty loose, so be careful not to let it just glide down and slam onto your floor there. All right, I'm gonna stick my arm into the rest here and just see where I'm comfortable with as far as the, there we go, the height that I want it at. So I think this might be it, maybe a hair. I'm 5'6", so I'm gonna bring it out just a little bit more. And I feel this is a good level for me. This is a good height. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock it in. Okay, we have it all set up and now we're ready to wrap this coil around our bar here and connect it to the screen, to the computer. And we'll be able to power her up. All right, here we go. So unrolled and bring this up to the top. And I just like to twist the detector around to bring the cord up the bar. There we go. Okay, and then we're just going to secure this cord right into this connector here. I had to turn the machine upside down, just made it a little bit easier to get this in there because I'm going to have to shimmy it to match up these little holes to the prongs that are here in the connector. But another thing you'll have to do is align. You see this little top notch right there? You'll have to align that with that little notch right here too. So let's get to that. All right, that was easy. I'm just screwing this right down until it gets nice and tight. Go. All right. There you go. No tools required for this assembly. There we go. I did have to loosen up the cord just a little bit so that I can get a little bit more slack here so that I can plug that right in. All right. There she is, guys. Get her all powered up. She is fully charged, so let's see what we're working with here. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that arm adjuster thing here. Okay, so it does automatically balance with the ground, so you don't have to do that balancing thing with it or anything. One of the things that I absolutely love about this metal detector is that it has these 4 primary settings here. They are already automatically programmed. Obviously, you are more than welcome to customize the programs, but I will be using the beach mode. So we'll go over these real quick and get to metal detecting. All right, guys, just a really quick review of the screen here. Here we have the LCD screen, and here is the power button right on this side here. We have power and settings button, and then here we have the pinpoint and accept and reject buttons here. Right over here, I hope you can see this with the lighting, isn't that great? But it's the frequency button. We have a frequency button here. Then this one with this symbol here looks like it's a horseshoe with a nail through it. This is going to be the discrimination button, and all of these buttons are going to be there to assist in the customization of your settings. if you're a little bit more experienced and are looking for specific objects. Okay, and then we have, of course, up here, right, if you see these little arrows here, you have the left and right buttons. These will be used to help you navigate through the menus. And here you have the up and down arrows with plus and minus on it. And these will also help you navigate and to adjust levels on the customizations that you're trying to do. And then of course you have your ground balance button. So if you're in a special kind of terrain that needs additional or custom balance, these are the buttons that you use here. And I am really excited to really get familiar with this machine because I really want to be a pro. All right, let's move on to the screen. All right, for those of us that have, dabbled even a little bit in metal detecting, I think the screen is pretty much self-explanatory. Here over to the left corner, you have, of course, your battery icon, and something you would want to keep a close eye on, especially if you're going distance. But of course, with this Pro package, remember you get the 10-hour charge that's automatically built into the screen here, and we got the additional pack, and that's gonna come in handy again with those long hunts. Over to the right, we have the clock and time tracking, and then we have the search modes. These are the search modes that are automatically programmed into the system here. All right, and moving on to the target ID and scale notched out IDs. That's going to be here on this row, right there. And then we have the operating frequency, and right now it's set to mode 1. There's several frequencies. Actually, there's quite a few that we'll go through as I'm using the machine and learning it. Then we have the sensitivity indicator, which is this graph here, these bars. And over to the right over here, you have the depth indicator. And again, there's that little digger and little spike thing that helps you determine how far your object is that you've landed on. Okay, and then so that is the depth indicator. All right, and the user profile to save and delete, that's something that will light up right here in this empty spot here. It's not lit up now, so I guess once we start messing with it, it's going to show you a little floppy disk, and that's going to show you your custom operations that you programmed into the machine. So you'll be able to access them through there. And then right over here, again, there's the horseshoe with the nail going through it. That's the Faro check bar. And of course, you want to be landing more onto this side because that's where it starts going into silver, the gold, the probably copper, silver, and gold. Okay, so I definitely want to be digging the ones that land over to this side of the but you know what, I mean, you know me, I dig everything. So but again, it's going to be nice to see, to be more specific on what I come across, and that's the whole goal of this getting this machine. Then here in the middle, it's not lit up now because I'm not pushing the button, but that's where the pinpoint is. The pinpoint indicator will light up right here in the middle. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Here at the bottom, again, once we start going through the menu and working with the machine a little bit more, this is more specific settings will light up in this area here. Okay, and here coming to the finale of this assembly is, of course, that spare battery pack that I had mentioned earlier that came with the Pro pack. And you would just insert this here. It slides right in. You see this little screw here. All right, you can adjust this there And I may just want to bring it down just a little bit so that it is not in my way. Put it right there in the middle. Okay, and here is the cord. So when your metal detector dies, all you got to do is unscrew the original battery from there and plug in your extra battery pack. Now to charge the extra battery pack, you just twist here and you pull this out. That's the battery, and it came with its own charging port. So you see that little square there? It'll match up with the one inside. There you go. So you would just insert this in there into the battery port and then use a USB to plug it into the wall and give it a charge. That's it, guys. How stinking cool is this? I cannot wait to get this out there. Stay tuned for my next one so that we can take her out to the beach. Thanks for hanging out, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.